Legion of Superheroes number 23, written by Paul Levitz, art by Kevin Maguire. So, last issue they defeated Fatal 5, but everything still sucks. And now we are into the final issue of the series. So, this is just basically a reel of what are we doing? What are all the characters up to? So we introduce Polar Boy and Invisible Guy, and they're both mourning the loss of Solar Kid. And it's this graveyard for Legionnaires, as far as I could tell. And so Dream Girl steps up and she's like, hey, this is, awful stuff. So sad. It's a custom on my world to, take the burial dirt and, bring it to your lips to see if there's a taste of this person's dreams. I don't know. Regardless, they say, yeah, okay. The Legion still continues on. They're trying to figure out why. First off, apparently Brainiac 5 is the one who gave Invisible Kid his powers. I don't remember that, but sure. And they don't understand fully how his powers work because they were able to go to the realm of the dead and come back. So there's still something to investigate there. So they fly off of the graveyard planet that they're on and go back to Earth, I presume. And as we get there, we see Colossal Boy, who I guess was just busy with other things, and Ultra Boy, it's Boy, right? Ultra Boy are cleaning up everything on Earth. And they are at the place where Legion headquarters was. And just everything around the universe is crap right now. We were so reliant on tech. We can't do anything anymore without it. So, how are we even supposed to do anything anymore? And they go down into the pit that is their headquarters. And they see there are other Legionnaires already down there, including Brainiac 5, who's currently working on workarounds, because it was just that one specific but very ubiquitous kind of tech that stopped working because of Tharok. So he's coming up with workarounds for all these different types of tech and sending it out across the universe. So he's telling people excuse me, can I get some peace and quiet, because I'm literally saving the universe right now. And everyone, they call him pompous or whatever, and they're just like, oh, he's such a jerk. And Duplicate Damsel or whatever steps up and is just like, hey, Brainiac, if you don't stop acting like a jerk, I'm going to tell everybody how I know that you're the one who opened up the original Brainiac's armory, and that's how Tharok got his powers. And he's like, you wouldn't dare. I have to save the universe. And she's like, yeah, you do. So stop being a prick. So at that point, Bouncing Boy comes in, and he's like, hey, guys, I found the trophy room. I found this cool thing in there. Brainiac 5 doesn't want to hear it, but he says, but it's Superman's shirt, the one speared, and then he gets cut off by Brainiac. So at that point, Brainiac says, there's so much to do. Weber's world needs to be restored. Science police want us to find Validus to imprison him. We need our headquarters to be rebuilt. We have to find a way to undo what Tharok has done. And Phantom Girl has still abandoned the League, disappearing elsewhere. We've got some plan to get the Legion back on track. And some of the Legionnaires pop in. They don't have name tags, so I'm not even going to bother. But it's the one who was in a relationship with Mon-El. And she comes in and she's like, hey, screw that. The United Planets have collapsed. The killed and crippled Legionnaires. Brainiac 5 wants to take charge. Count me out. I'm going to take Mon-El back to his planet and see if we can get him healed. And Brainiac 5's like, I have a 75% chance of having a better healing plan than they would. And he's like, I don't care. Well, I'm taking him and leaving him. So they start to walk away. Brainiac points to Harmonia, who is the leader, while Phantom Girl's gone. She enters with a member of the science police. And he's like, Harmonia, get them to come back. I can heal Mon-El. And he's just like, yeah, no, that's not our priority right now. Everybody listen up. And the woman from the science police basically says, okay, here's the thing. We don't want to reestablish the Legion. So from here on, the Legion has been disbanded. And everyone rightly freaks out saying, what? And it's like, yeah, you're all going civilian again. Go back to your homeworlds. Legion of Superheroes is done. And one of the kids named Jan, I don't know, he's got a weird symbol on his chest, says my homeworld was destroyed, where do I go? And he's like, oh, you're gonna work at the science police along with a couple other ones of you, just go home. So The Legion is over, as they say. And then we get 4 epilogues. First is Dream Girl, who is back on her home planet. She's like, I'm so upset that my lover, boyfriend, husband, whatever he was, died. He died without a hero's death. It's so much happening, it just feels like a bad dream. Then we go to Duplicate Damsel and Bouncing Boy, which basically they're standing in the middle of like this Legion shrine or something like that, and they're like holding hands talking to each other. And I do want to point out something specifically here that Bouncing Boy says, and somewhere there are other universes where it's all probably happened very differently. Maybe even Steppenwolf didn't send Superman to his doom. And I'll get back to that. So then epilogue 3 is Karate Kid and What's-Her-Face are flying to a planet of Orondo. And she's like, yeah, this is my homeworld. I'm great to have you here. But like, you know, everything that's happened, it's slowly just going to sink in every day. Like it's not something that's just going to get better. And then finally we have the planet of Winoth, where Lightning Lad, Cosmic Boy, and Saturn Girl, that's it. That's all 3 of them. They're all chilling with some kids and such like that. And it's just like, yeah, well, that's, you know, the Legion's done, but we were already retired for a while there. So, but we were the originals. And hey, I think Saturn Girl was the best leader we ever had. And it's like, nah, that was definitely Cosmic Boy. So they all just enjoy their little idyllic homeworld or whatever. And Saturn Girl looks up and she's like, well, if the Legion was finished, I'm not going to dwell on bad dreams or other universes or what the future may hold, because our story will never end. And the end. So going to what Bouncing Boy said, I feel like having the 1-2 punch of Saturn Girl saying, worrying about other worlds, and then Bouncing Boy saying, Superman was done in by Steppenwolf. Before that, he mentions being speared by something. I feel like what this book is trying to do in this final issue is say that this is the future of another Earth. It's not Earth Zero. Or at the very least, obviously, we're still in post or pre-Flashpoint timeline. Like, but maybe it was still a different, I don't know. It's just the way they threw that in there and they made sure to really dwell on it makes me think that they were implying like, look, we know we can't say what the future of the Earth Zero world is because it is post-Flashpoint now. So they're kind of establishing that like, no, this is actually a different thing entirely. Something that doesn't make it pre-Flashpoint, but still keeps it in continuity by making it a different Earth. That's what I picked up from it. It was just a weird way they worded it. Either way, it's the final issue of Legion. I have historically been very hard on this book. There have been 24 issues of this. I would say less than half of them I have been even positive on. But a lot of that comes down to most of these issues never felt like they had a story. They always felt like just this random-ass collection of characters doing random things that barely applied to each other. It didn't help that there were like 70 characters that they were trying to fit in here. And it never quite got me. It was only once we got to the Fatal 5 stuff in the very end where all of the characters were A, slimmed down to very specific groups, and B, focused on one particular plot. That's where it started working for me. Everything else is just kind of meh, if not worse. So for this particular issue, I think that it does really nothing in terms of providing a satisfying ending. It was just Legion's done, and then we see where are they nows. So I can't really rate it that highly. That being said, I didn't think it was awful either. I didn't think it was like infuriating to read. It just kind of felt like a show that had gone on too long, and they just had to kind of wrap up a bunch of different plot lines very quickly. That's kind of what I got out of it. And it wasn't satisfying, but it was like, well, you know, at least it ended. At least we were able to put the old girl down. So I'm going to say this one's like a 6. It's just fine. It's okay. It's not good. It's just okay the whole way through. And I'm sorry, Legion, that I never quite got into you, but frankly, you didn't make it easy.